to Gowrie Dam. In fact, we're just southwest of Gowrie Dam in the area that is below Yuri and Inga's house, just off of Twin Dams Road. I've had this big male that is been chasing some impala. Now, we're in a very unique situation right now where we have so many male lion that happen to be in the same area. Scott has been with the two Salati males. This morning it was wrongly broadcast that they were the Matimba males, although we were getting messages that they were the Salatis, and especially when we managed to actually confirm the missing lower left canine of one of those Salati boys. So despite what the guides were saying, those were the Salatis we were with this morning that had chased 3 of the Birmingham boys down to the west and the southwest through Elephant Plains and maybe into Arathusa. Hopefully that those Arathusa guides will be able to pick them up, or even the Elephant Plain guides. But quite remarkably, not only were the Salatis and those Birmingham boys around today, but we also have, this is definitely one of the Matimbas as far as I'm aware, and much darker mane, not as reddish as those Salatis. One of the Matimbas that was here at Gowrie Dam, thanks to Nadav, who's one of our viewers, and of course Nadav is very well known for his Kruger sightings app that he's created for the Kruger National Park, and was on camera for us a little while ago and came to join us for a few days. Nadav and Ilan, shalom to them, and thanks Nadav. Well, he's crashing a little bit, but interestingly but sadly, when we arrived here, he was getting quite close to a herd of impala that are not far off to the southeast of us on Twin Dams Road. He was very, very close to some impala lambs that were very confused about where they should go when the rest of the herd had run away. I don't think they've ever seen a big male trying to catch an impala lamb before, so they weren't sure how to react to it. And this having said this morning that big male lions are not likely to even bother with impala, because impala are so fast and they're fairly large and bulky, and there's not really that much to eat on an impala for a big male lion. But here he was about to catch one. We were trying to get into position. Fortunately for all the little lambs, they managed to get away from the big bad lion. And he is now sort of gone flat cat as we... Oh, no, he isn't. See how quick it can change. He heard something, lifted that head, and this is a lion that is far more impressive, I think, even than the 2 Salati boys that we saw this morning. He's a magnificent lion. I mean, look at the size of him. He's the kind of equivalent of that silverback gorilla. He's the equivalent of the sort of the epitome of a big male lion that the Salati boys can only grow up to, and maybe the Birmingham boys can only aspire to. I don't know where any of his brothers are. I would really like to confirm with Sil and a bunch of the viewers that are very, very familiar with the individual characteristics of the lion, and probably more so than myself, as to who this particular male is. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to get a good look at him. I mean, maybe just by the shape of his head and his mane you can tell something. However, I'm taking it that he's one of the Matimbas. Oops. Okay, I missed most of that with this erroneous configuration. Somebody confirmed that it is a Matimba. Do you know who that was? Karen. Karen. Look at this. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. He's looking straight at us now. Ears forward. He's not stressed. He's even given us a little bit of a grin there. A little bit of a wink. Yeah. Nice. Back to you too, dude.
And then can you confirm your position for Scott, please?
Okay, so just to confirm for Scott, let me just... I'm a bit of a nightmare with this machine. Scott, you copying me? No. Scott, you copy? Alex, do you copy? Okay, I'm just off Twin Dams Road, south of Gowrie Dam, just below Inga's Kaya. Magnificent lion. Gosh. Cecilia, welcome to our drive this afternoon. Cecilia wants to do his hair. I don't know how much he'd feel about it, but I think he's got a pretty good hairdo there, Cecilia. Don't know how much you could improve on that. Blow wave, shampoo and dryer. Cecilia wants to do his hair. Good luck with that, Cecilia. You're welcome. I promise you come to Africa and I'll give you the opportunity to do his hair, but what happens after you get out of the vehicle is not my responsibility. But yes, he's got a gorgeous mane, and I think he knows it. He's even got that belly hair, and I was saying this morning that I think that those Salati males were big and they haven't got much more growing to do, but then when I see this Matimba, I think they've got a little road to go before they get to his status as a big male lion. And so we've now got flat cat. And I want to take this opportunity also, because I tried to do it at the start of drive and I wasn't able to do so because we had some broadcast problems, and in case, well, I don't know if it really got through, the message got through, but I've got to, I feel compelled to make an official apology, and I'm really, really sorry for comments that I made this morning with one of the other Arethusa vehicles with Roy. It was a heat of the moment thing. We've had so much excitement with male lions. I mean, we spent years and years and years being here, and with the male lion activity that has been having today, it hasn't been rivaled since maybe 3 or 4 years ago when the Majingi lions came in and were fighting with Mapojos, and that dynamic that was happening. So this morning's activity got a lot of things heated. We were trying to get into the sighting. There were so many things happening, and at some point after things calmed down, funnily enough, I did make a comment about or that might have hurt Roy's reputation. Roy is a fantastic guide. He wouldn't be at Arethusa if he wasn't, because it's really sort of the top echelon of guides that work here in the Sabi Sand, and I guess in the heat of the moment my wording wasn't exactly great, and so I feel it really important for those viewers who know us both, but also especially for Roy and for Arethusa. I apologize profusely for making the comments that I did. It was a very tense moment. There was a lot of excitement, and we were all trying our best to bring our guests, or our viewers, guests for the guides and viewers for us, we were trying to bring the best to everything. So Roy, I hope we can move on from that, and we'll be speaking to Roy. I have tried to contact him through through Facebook. Funnily enough, today of all days was the day that I got a friend request from him, and today was the day that I kind of dissed him on Drive, and I'm sorry for that. I really am. Seems to me that the rangers, the guides here, are not really that familiar with exactly who the different cats are, and I have a very similar approach to everything. The fact is that very often when whether it's guiding with guests and you've got guests on the vehicle, or whether it's me being on the vehicle with you, we are so intent on concentrating on where our vehicle is and our position with the cats and what we're presenting, whether it's to the guests on the vehicle, whether it's to the viewership that we have. There's very little time to actually sit back and take note, except for now. Obviously now is a good opportunity for that. But in the heat of the moment, with cats running everywhere and the kind of activity that was going on, there is very often a case of mistaken identity in terms of who the cats are, and even though I was trying to convince the guides this morning that this was, or those two were the Salati males, having heard from some of our viewers who've been following them for a long time, and I have to be honest, I'm more inclined to take the advice of people who might never have been into Africa but have been viewing these cats over periods of time and have photographed them over a lot more time than some of us guides have. That even though I was trying to tell the guides this morning that was the Salatis, they were still trying to convince me that it was the Matimbas. And I haven't been here that frequently. I haven't seen them frequently. I haven't been able to observe them often enough for my own opinions to matter. So I have to rely very much on what the other guides are saying, and especially what the viewers are saying, those viewers who are in touch with the guides from all the different lodges, as well as the guides who, or rather the viewers who have a lot of time viewing the cameras and identifying all these different cats from that. So there was a lot of confusion this morning. There was a lot of, well, it was exciting. As I say, it hasn't happened since the Machingilans moved in and forced out the Mapojos, who had reigned over this area for years and years, killed a lot of lion over the years that they had reigned. And when those 5 Machingilans moved in and they had that fight with the Mapojos, with Mr. T and Kinky Tail up on Nkoro, I don't think anything like that has happened since. And this morning was one of those mornings where it was potentially possible that something was going to happen. Fortunately, those 3 Birmingham boys were smart enough and fit enough to just, as we say in the classics, gap it. They were able to just pick up tail and run and get away from those 2 big boys that I think Scott are with now. They're still up there near Sydney's Dam. And really an incredible time where we've got 3 different males, 3 different groups of males, coalitions. I don't know where any of his brothers are or why he might be here at the dam on his own. I have no clue as to what the dynamics are there, but it's quite incredible that we're able to be here and actually find him. Jason and I were coming up Twin Dans Road, and I could see that the impala were all looking at something, and Jason said, "There he is," and he was about to catch an impala. And as far as news of Quarantine Male is concerned, yours from Buffelshoek, from Jacana Camp, the landowner there, managed to stay with Quarantine Male for some time this morning, but evidently he crossed south onto Little Gowrie, so I don't think we'll even, at the moment we won't go and look for him. I'd like to maybe sit here for a little while, and then in a few minutes maybe we'll go and find an elephant or something, or a giraffe, especially a giraffe. We need to find a giraffe or an impala or a lilac-breasted roller for whoever wants one, or something. We can't really tell what we're going to find, but we're certainly going to go and look for it.